Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Friday, December 6, 2013. Yes, the government job report was just released. Futures initially spiked, then they sold off, and now they're trying to find some footing. Right now, we're looking at the futures trading higher by about 3 points, but they were as high as 10 points this morning. So, again, just a couple minutes ago, the non-farm payroll report by the Bureau of Labor Statistics in the U.S. was reported. They reported 203,000 jobs. The unemployment rate, I believe, is 7%. Do we really care about that? Not really as traders. What we care about is the market's reaction. And right now, the market's reaction is saying, hey, QE tapering is coming, and the market is selling off. Now, I generally think on a Friday, we look for a flat to slightly positive trading day. That's pretty much the synopsis every single week on a Friday. So we're going to stick with that until it fails us. But right now we have to look for a flat to slightly positive trading session on a Friday, regardless of the job report. I don't know if many people even believe the job report, but this week's ADP report came in with around 200,000 jobs. So this government job report will probably be absorbed pretty well. And ultimately, we'll look for a flat to slightly positive market into a Friday. Now, a couple of other things you want to see out here. There's a lot of stocks that are getting hit. First, I'm going to start out with ULTA Salon. This is a popular stock, usually in the Investors Business Daily. Stock is just getting hammered. I will have some gap levels for this equity, but any way you slice it or dice it, this is a big decline. The stock closed at 118. Yesterday, it is now trading at $96.68. I think it has a little bit more downside before it sees any kind of upside surprise. So traders should be prepared for this one. It is a light volume equity, so you want to be a little bit careful with this one. Another one is going to be American Eagle Outfitters. Everybody knows this retailer. Again, it closed at 16.05. Right now, it's trading at 15.55. It did trade as low as 15. A level I would be interested in, American Eagle, would be around the 14.45, 14.46 level. So if it got down to around $14.45, $14.46, right in that area, I think that's where the stock will be defended by the institutional money, at least near-term intraday for a scalp. Not saying this is a swing trade or a long-term hold, but I do think that the stock definitely gets, well, I shouldn't say definitely, but should get defended around the 14.45 level if it gets down there. So keep your eyes on that one. That's American Eagle Outfitters. Another stock that is getting hit today is Five Below. Five Below is definitely taking a hit. You can see the stock closed at $47.75. Today it's trading at $44.15. It is off the worst levels of the day. I do have gap levels for this. Should it trade a little bit lower, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Come over to the chat room. They will be posted up at 9 a.m. But just putting on the final touches for the gap plays, but they'll be put up there in about 30 minutes. Now, a stock that is just absolutely getting annihilated today is Interoil. Interoil closed yesterday at $88.63. It's trading at $69.80. I will have some gap levels for this one. This is a light volume equity that really makes huge moves, big swings each and every day in both directions. So you got to be a little bit careful with this one. It is also a light volume equity. It looks like the company signed a deal. I believe the company did sign a deal that was supposed to be with ExxonMobil. They did sign it with somebody else. So again, IOC is in the news today. It looks like there's a natural gas deal. They're going to make money on the deal, but it looks like it's not with as much money as people thought. So again, this stock is getting hit. But it looks like they did sign a deal and they sold part of their Papua New Guinea natural gas fields or something of that nature. Or they're going to develop them with somebody else. They're not going to develop them with ExxonMobil. It was thought that Exxon would be a buyer of those fields for a much heftier price, and that is not the case. So again, that stock is getting hit today, at least at the moment. So be careful with Interoil today, but I will have some gap levels for this for those of you that like to play that, and they'll be posted up in the chat room around 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, we got to watch this market closely because you can see the futures taking off now. After that big dip, they are moving higher, now trading up about 10 points at the moment. So that's going to be a decent little start for stocks if futures can hold their gains. We're going to have to see how the markets play this out. Are they going to way more into the QE, or are they going to look at the job report as being positive? I'm really not sure, but what I will say is, generally on a Friday, we finish flat to slightly positive. Let's turn our attention right now to the oil market. Light sweet crude this morning is trading lower by 26 cents to $97.11 a barrel. Let's go to the all-important USO, and you can see the USO is trading at $34.84. USO, in my opinion, is hitting a little resistance here, but it does have a slight bit more upside on the daily chart. So again, I wouldn't expect a whole lot of downside in oil today any way you slice it. If it does pull back a little bit, that's so be it, but I don't think it's going to pull back all that much. Let's take a look at gold right now. Gold is, for the most part, down about $14.50 to $1,217 an ounce. Let's take a look at the all-important GLD. You can see after that job report, gold is coming back down, trading around 117.50. I believe yesterday gold closed at 118.30 on the GLD. So again, decent little dip. We'll keep an eye on gold, but right now I don't know if we can make all that much out of it. We'll have to just wait and see. It's kind of a wait and see approach. Now gold is falling lower because the dollar yen is catching a bid. Take a look at the dollar yen. It is soaring and roaring after that U.S. job report. So again, dollar yen is catching a bid up over a buck already, or about a buck, to 102.75 on the dollar yen currency. So just realize dollar yen goes up, that does put pressure on the gold market. So you want to be aware of that going forward. Now looking at the futures, they continue to climb. So they're right now trading up about 12 bucks. We'll see where these futures go. Again, if they do pull back, don't look for a death sentence today. You really just look for a flat to slightly positive market. And we'll see where it closes out by the end of the day. Maybe the job report is good enough to give the markets a little bit of a lift. That is a possibility. Keep bond yields front and center today. You want to watch the bond yield market. Right now, you have to think bond yields are going to head a little bit higher. Currently, I don't have the bond yield chart, but they're trading at 2.89%. This is the highest, one of the highest levels for yields in a while. So again, we'll see if it gets to that 3% level. It can go higher, but currently bond yields are trading at 2.88% at the moment. So keep that on watch today. That could hurt a lot of the home builders, could hurt the real estate investment trusts, stocks like Simon Property Group and IYR. These can all be hurt by higher yields, so you want to be watched this closely. Again, yields are trading up 2.88% at the moment, but keep stocks like Simon Property Group, Toll Brothers. These stocks can all be affected by higher yields, okay? So adversely, that is. And also, watch the utility stocks, the XLU. Higher yields, this will go down as well. Okay, remember, utilities are very, very sensitive to interest rates. They're a highly leveraged business. They're always borrowing money, and you want to watch the yields very, very closely. Higher yields usually mean utilities will go lower. So that's pretty much everything I have for this morning. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. We should have quite a few potential trades out there in the morning gaps. So come on over. They'll be posted in the chat room right at 9 o'clock. With that said, everybody, God bless. Have a great trading day and a great weekend. See you on the charts.